guys, right here at NAMM 2020 with the boy Rob Anderson. Pioneer boy. We are here to look at the brand new beast, the 6-channel. I mean, this thing, mate, is just an absolute weapon. It is the DJM-V10. Rob, pitch it, man. Talk us through it because there's a lot going on. So yeah, talk us through it, mate. All the features of the new mixer and everything.
So yeah, it's something new for us, something exciting. We wanted to bring this. It's very important to mention this isn't replacing the existing range.
No.
We've got our DJM-V10 Nexus 2, which is industry standard mixer, you know, across the globe. It's in many nightclubs across the world, and this isn't replacing that. We wanted to introduce a new series, implementing a lot of first features for us, things that we've never had on mixers until now. Maybe a bit more complex operation and a bit more advanced use on this range, the V range, but sitting in its own light. So we'll have the 900 Nexus 2 and the V, and they'll coincide together and offer new features to a new customer. So yeah, let me go into it and explain.
Yeah, let's take a look at it, mate, proper.
Exactly what it's doing.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. Obviously, first things first, 6 channels.
Yeah, I mean, you can see from the size of it and from the design of it, it's a 6-channel mixer. So this can be used in many different ways. Sure, I mean, you can have 6 CDJs.
Yeah.
I mean, for one artist, that's a quite crazy setup.
Yeah.
But what this enables you to do is have a much more elaborate setup. So if you're pushing the boundaries and you're incorporating things like the DJS-V10, or maybe 3 CDJs and then elements of a live act like drum machines, synthesizers, external live gear.
Because you can stick all the Taurus range in here as well and start playing around with all that, bringing more live elements to it. Because in fairness, mate, it's not far off a mixing desk, really.
And a lot of the ways of working on here, as we move up here, as I start talking through the send effects, they're kind of like studio functionality and production operation. So for example, let's say I had 3 CDJs running, my chosen setup when I'm using this, because I'm not a live performer and I don't perform back to back really. So if you were a back to back performer, you could have these three channels. I could have these 3 channels, and then we could make use of headphone A and headphone B.
An amazing feature, yeah. So basically, you can hear like headphone A. Say I wanted to hear channel 1, I've got it on here, headphone A. But then if you didn't want to hear it, you'd be into headphone B, right over here.
Independent monitoring.
Independent headphones. So then all of the B's selected here, arm. That's what you can hear. So for this, it's brilliant for back-to-backs, yeah.
Perfect, yeah. And we've also implemented booth EQ as well. You know, one of the major feedbacks we've had over the years is, sure, the sound system in the venue might sound amazing, might sound great on the dance floor, but in the booth there's too much low end sometimes, or maybe too much harshness from the high end. So the artist wants to be able to tweak the sound that only they are hearing. Yeah. So yeah, we've incorporated a 2-band booth EQ as well as the 2 dual headphone controls as well. So let's say I was performing solo, just on my own. I'd be using my 3 CDJs. The way I would set this up is I would have channels 4, 5 and 6 set up as return channels, which is how I use these send effects here. So we've got this whole send effects section where traditionally our sound color effects section would be. So instead of having simple operation sound color effects where you choose your effect, you turn a sound color part and you get an instant gratification sound, we've got this whole section here. So it's split into 2 areas. You've got built-in effects and external effects. The closest comparison to the sound color effects is the built-in effects. Yeah. So very high quality, short delay, long delay, dub echo and reverb. Yeah. And you can use them simple operation. You can choose short delay, then turn the send part on the channel you want to affect. If master mix is on, that means the send effect will come through on the same channel that you're applying the effect to. Okay, if you turn this off, you can specify a channel to be your return. So built-in, I've set channel 4 to built-in, channel 5 to external 1, and channel 6 to external 2. Channels 6 and channels 1 also give you the option to have all the sends coming back in on one channel. So advanced setup possibilities. I could have this as my built-in effect, and then these 2 as my external effects, which we'll come to in a minute. But going back onto this area, so I can have the short delay coming back in on this channel, but I've got all of these 4 parameter controls below. So this is the game-changing area of these effects, because you can actually change the size of or the feedback, depending if you're on a reverb or a delay. You can manipulate the time control of that effect, and it's not quantized, it's not synced to the BPM of the track. It's like a tape delay, and it's like a tape delay operation, inspired or very much. What's the closest comparison to the Boss DD7 delay pedal? You know, one of the artists are touring with Loco Dice, Constantine 2, Jamie Jones, Alan Fitzpatrick. They all tour with that pedal, so we wanted to have a very close comparison. And both of these, the short delay and the long delay, both operating on different millisecond delays and giving you different unique sounds. We've also got a tone control, so it's essentially a high pass filter, all the way off. It lets the lows bleed through. Then you can start to tweak and attenuate the low end from the delay signal. If master mix is on, this is the volume of your effect. Obviously, if master mix is off and you're using this as your return, this is the volume of your effect.
Yeah, okay.
When you're using a return, you can then use lows, low mid, high mid.
Yeah, so there's
high.
4-band EQ on all the channels, right? That's a new additive onto the mixer. Like compared to compared to the Nexus, the 900 Nexus 2, and I mean. Have you guys at Pioneer, have you had 4-band EQ on a mixer before?
We've never had 4-band EQ.
No, I didn't think so, yeah.
And you know, we've done our research, and there's reasons why, this is the major reason why artists use certain mixers out there in the industry. And this was a deal breaker for them, you know, not having a 4-band EQ.
I think there's a lot on this mixer which is taken from feedback, you know, there's a little bit of this from here, a little bit of this from there, and I think it's all kind of moulded into one, because to be fair...
And made better.
And made better. The colours of it, I mean, up here, it kind of does, but then around this area, it doesn't really look like your standard Pioneer mixer.
There's no square buttons on this, everything's circular. There's no green, blue, brash LEDs.
Yeah, it's very dark.
It's all red and amber and warm. You know, as I'm running through the features on here and going through the pots and what everything does, we had a target in terms of sound quality with this as well. You know, this is our best sounding mixer that we've ever achieved to date. It's, you know, it comes with the price tag. It's a premium product, this, and it's largely down to the DACs that we've incorporated, you know, the ESS technologies, digital to audio conversion, very high quality components, but that rich and warm target also is inherited in the design. You know, it's not a bling in your face product. It's subtle, it's understated, and it's almost mean looking.
Yeah.
You look at it.
Yeah. It looks a bit techno-y.
Yeah, man, you know.
But then it's a very technical mixer, so, you know, all of this going, all the sensor returns, I mean, obviously it got launched this morning, it got announced this morning, should I say.
Yeah.
And I've already seen loads of feedback about it, about people talking about the sender returns, so, you know, look at that. But mate, my favourite thing about it, just like, sort of, I know that we're kind of going up here and we've spoken about the 4-band EQ now, I think that this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it is absolutely amazing. Each channel has got a compressor, on it. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a production tool. We wanted to incorporate something that would allow audio sources that aren't mastered and aren't matching the perceived loudness of, you know, high quality FLACs and high quality WAV files, and enable you to increase the perceived loudness without
the actual volume.
Without destructing the sound too much. And it works in quite a clever way. The compression pot is acting like a macro, right? So if you go from 0 to 12 o'clock, that compression ratio is 0 to up to infinity. And then once you go past 12 o'clock, you're essentially just increasing makeup gain, and it's limiting. So, but when you're using this, so essentially if you're running a DJS 1000, for example, into this channel, the sounds are mastered, the loop coming from the DJS-V10 wouldn't be mastered. So in comparison to a WAV file, it might not, you might lose it a little bit in the mix. Increasing the compression anywhere from like 0 up to maybe 11 o'clock would really boost up the perceived loudness of that audio without limiting it too harshly. And the trim pot then becomes the threshold. So with the trim pot at 12 o'clock, that is a 9 dB threshold. So it's quite clever. And then if you're really struggling for, you shouldn't be, but if you wanted to really beef up that sound and start to limit quite harshly, you could go past 12 o'clock. But you'd probably start getting some super loud sound.
A bit too much, a bit too much. But I think, that's such a powerful feature on this mixer. Something which I haven't really,
along with the 4-band EQ.
Yeah.
This is
what I said, man. It's almost like a mixing desk. Yeah. Like
advanced sound sculpting possibilities. Is what we wanted to really achieve with this.
So then, if we move over here as well, you've got this the isolator, like the rotaries for the isolator. Yeah. Talk us through them, man.
Super simple. Nod to the old school. Guys that we've got a lot of heritage and a lot of love with our DJM-V10 that featured a very nice sounding 3-band isolator on the final stage of the mixer. So while you're fine tweaking your track, this goes up to 200 hertz, up to 400 hertz, I believe 1200, then 3000. And this is fine tuning and fine sculpting of the sound. But this is
full just kills on the EQ.
The top and the bottom bands are, and whereas the mids, the low mid and the high mid is attenuation at minus 26. Then this is a bit more of a broader band. So on the final stage of the mixer, every sound source that's running through can instantly be banged, killed. Infinite kill, infinite kill, infinite kill, and you can disable this as well. So, I often use it with this like a preset. So kill the low end, boost the mids very subtly, maybe by 1 dB, and then bang, you've instantly got everything that's running into the mixer.
It's so, in effect, you can have all 6 channels playing, and you can EQ all 6 channels at once using these,
isolate the frequencies.
So man, like, again, not seen that before on a Pioneer mixer.
Apart from the DJM-V1000, and the 2000 had it on the effects section as well.
The old spaceship, the 2000,
But this is definitely, we've tested this mixer in every nightclub you can think of note, across Europe, across Berlin, across the States. I won't go into the names of the clubs, but everything from Berghain to like
Fabric.
Everything you can think of. And it's the warmest sounding mixer in comparison to all of the high-end analog models, the rotary models, the mixers of note that people love and they value the sound quality. This is holding its own against them and superseding the sound quality.
So then, moving over again then, so then the screen. It's back again with it's a bigger screen, but compared to like the 900 Nexus 2, this screen's a whole lot bigger.
3.5-inch screen, and it's touch responsive, which means because it's touch responsive, when you scan through the 14 beat effects, this will change. So if you're using the new shimmer effect, for example, you get a different performance screen as opposed to when you're looking at an echo. So much more usable. Made with, again, the best components we could use on this screen, so to ensure durability while you're performing on this. I'm very heavy-handed. I've been banging away on this screen for 18 months during development, no issues. We also improved the frequency, the effects frequency isolator, the crossover bands on this, and we've improved the effect assign control. So there's no switch here to search which channel you're affecting. You assign it like this. So if I want to apply an effect to the master, I choose that. If I want to apply just to affect channel 6, I choose channel 6. Much easier operation. Shimmer effect as well is like a very warm and unique sounding reverb that creates subtle overtones. So it's kind of an echo and a reverb, and it feeds back the echo into the reverb multiple times and pitches it up a little bit. So you get this really lush and angelic sounding reverb. Perfect perfect for chords and melodies.
Right, mate, listen. I'm going to have to speed this up with you, mate, because obviously...
Last thing I'll mention quickly, the two external effects. This is the first mixer we've ever featured 3 send returns on. So, multi-IO up here, which is essentially the same as the DJM-V10 Nexus 2 send return. We call it multi-IO because you can record from the USB using the record app, and you can use it as a normal send return. And then 2 additional external effects as well. So on the back, there's full controls for send returns on 3 connections.
Yeah. So as well, just lastly, there's the digital outs on this as well, right?
Yeah, AES EBU digital out.
Yeah.
Highly requested feature. So professional lock-in XLR connection over AES cable, just allowing the main prolific venues, giving them what they want. They've asked for this for so long. The Tour 1 featured that connection, an AES ABU output, super expensive, high quality sounding mixer, but we wanted to put it on our a mixer that's going to be out there and getting used in more frequent places in nightclubs of note. Yeah. Note seems to be my used terminology in this demo, but yeah.
Yeah, but mate, I mean, you know, that's the kind of general. I mean, you know, you went into more detail with certain things, but you know, you've still got all your filters here and stuff.
Independent filters as well.
Independent filters, whereas so that used to be a color effect. Yeah. Independent filters. Sorry. So, I mean, the whole thing to conclude, it is a beast, and it sounds beautiful. Like you said, it's been tested around clubs all around the world. Yeah. And it's come out top trumps compared to other mixers I've heard as well. But yeah, so who is this marketed at then? You said you want to keep the 900 Nexus 2s as your club standard because everyone knows their way around that. Do you think with this, if someone knows their way around a 900 Nexus 2, do you think that they're going to be able to hop on this and be able to
Yeah. You know, the target customer for this, as we've gone through development, has got bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because one thing we do very well at Pioneer is we take something that's traditionally hard and we make it quite user-friendly and easy to do. The 900 is super simple and easy to use. And I think, despite being a more complex operation on this mixer, the transition and the learning curve, if you know Pioneer, isn't too tricky. Yeah. So you can stand in front of this and you can perform essentially the same way, but with a lot more advanced operation. So when it comes to 4-band EQ, independent filter control over the effects, the send effects, it will transverse quite well.
Well, it's the same as anything, you know, you use it enough, then you get used to it. But
we see this becoming the mixer of choice for the audiophile, the guys who consider sound quality paramount, for the guys who are playing back-to-back, who need these back-to-back features,
for sure.
and for anyone who wants to use advanced sound sculpting controls, or just somebody who wants to use a very elaborate setup, like a live act.
Combining the Tauri's and your DJS 1000 and all that kind of stuff in there. The 6 channels does that perfectly.
Right. Warmest sounding mixer we've ever made. Get down to DJKit, test it out.
There you go, test it out, buy one. Mate, thank you so much,
sweet.
Rob.
Been a pleasure.
Mate, really appreciate it. Yeah, there he is. All right, guys, any questions about this? Because I'm sure that there will be plenty of questions about it. Drop them in the comments of this video. I will try and corner Rob to try and get the questions answered because this is only the second time that I've seen this mixer, technically the first time. But yeah, so once I have a go on it and everything, you know, I'll be able to give like an actual opinion on it. But so far, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it is an absolute monster. So yeah, big ups to the boys at Pioneer. Catch you soon.